Hello everyone, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Welcome back to my channel. I have another new pen, and this is from Asvine as well. So Asvine actually sent me two pens. If you haven't seen my first review of the V126, I will put it up in the corner here. And I feel like it's always funny when I see myself, but also other YouTubers point to something on the screen, because literally we're pointing at nothing and then just editing it so that the corner is there. Okay, but anyway, this is the Asvine P20, and you can purchase these off of Amazon, and they come in the cardboard box with the plastic box as well, so extra protection. And then it comes with the fountain pen instruction manual, and that is for the vac fill, and then this is for the piston fill. So a P20 is a piston filling pen. So here it is, and this is in, I think it was the green cracked ice. I cannot remember the name. I will find it on Amazon and put it up here. But look at that cracked ice resin in the green. How cool does that look? I don't have any other pen that looks like that, but I love the different depths and colors that you get, even in just the green. Beautiful. So after looking at that, what pen does that look like to you? Just wait. I'll just wait for your responses. Let me know what pen you think this looks like. I'm going to bring out my pen tray here from Fountain Pendulum, and I'll just pull out a few pens from my collection that look. So, did you say that the P20 looks like a Leonardo Momento Zero? Because if you did, you said and you guessed right. So I'll just look at some of the things that are very similar, and then I'll show off a few things that are very different. So on the P20, if you look at the clips are actually very similar between the Momento Zero and the P20, except the P20 has a slightly longer clip. And then even the shape of the finials are similar as well. Now here on the P20, the gold band is slightly lower than where it is on the Momento Zero. And then the band on the cap is definitely thicker than it is on the Momento Zero. In terms of sizing, it is slightly longer than the Momento Zero, but if we compare it to the Momento Zero Grande, then it is just that tad smaller than the Momento Zero Grande, but also narrower than the Momento Zero Grande. The reason that I'm comparing it to both of these models, the Momento Zero and the Momento Zero Grande 2.0, is that I feel like the P20 is almost an in-between from these two, because the Momento Zero is not a piston fill. This is a cartridge converter pen, whereas the P20 is a piston fill and also has that ink window that you can see here. Then the Momento Zero Grande is also a piston fill, and there's the ink window there. So there's differences and similarities between these, but it's not an exact copy of the Momento Zero. There are some things that I feel like were taken from both of these and combined into the P20. So then let's look at these uncapped here to see the differences. So we've got the P20 here next to the Momento Zero Grande 2.0. And I'll remove this one here because we only need to compare it to one of them. And let's look at the size of the body here, or the length of the body. So actually, now that we've uncapped the P20, it's actually closer in length to the Momento Zero Grande. And then the Momento Zero is definitely the shortest one out of the bunch. But I feel like in terms of width, it's closer in width to the Momento Zero than it is to the Grande. And then when you look at nib size, I want to compare it actually slightly closer here. I believe they are both number 6, and someone did mention in a previous video that Asvine do their own nibs, but they're also nibs that can be interchanged with narwhal pens, which if you've tried that, please let me know down in the comments below. I haven't tried that, and I don't think I'm going to try that here, but if you have tried that, let me know. I'll also include a link in the description to the extra nibs that you can add or interchange to the P20. But it is not a Yovo nib, it is not a Bach nib, it is a nib done by Asvine, but it is similar in size to the Yovo number 6 steel nib here. And then comparing it to the, now it looks like a number 8 nib on, it's not a number 8 nib, but it looks much bigger on the Momento Zero Grande 2.0, and that is a 14K nib on there. I never realized how much bigger that looks. Okay. Wow, it is. I believe it is a number 8 nib. I've had it all this time and never knew it was a number 8 nib. Goodness gracious. Okay. And then the main difference between the P20 and the Momento Zero is the fact that, again, like I said, this is a cartridge converter, this is a piston fill, and then the Momento Zero Grande is a piston fill as well. Now, I'm just going to do a quick test here to see. Okay, so that piston filling action feels a bit smooth here. I say a bit smooth, but it is actually generally smooth. And then here, smooth as well. Just trying to think here, what else am I thinking now? How does it feel in the hand? If you can hear Lucy barking, I do apologize. But how does this feel in the hand? It's actually quite comfortable. There is a little bit of a step between the grip and the body, and that's where the ink window is. But where I place my forefinger and my thumb, I don't actually feel the step between there right now. And then the threads themselves are actually quite smooth, so not sharp at all and not at all intrusive. Now, when it comes to the grip section between the two, you can see there is a difference in the way that they're formed. The Momento Zero has a bit of a straight edge here and then curves a bit and then gets wider. Whereas I feel like the P20 does that, but not as obvious as the Momento Zero. And then the threads are pretty much in the same place, and then the step is also in the same place. So if you find a Momento Zero comfortable, then you should find a P20 comfortable as well. All right, so let's go ahead and weigh this and ink this up. So this pen capped is 27 grams, and uncapped it is 18 grams. So the cap itself is 9 grams now. Would I post this? It feels a little, it doesn't feel very secure when you try to post it, but I'd almost be afraid of activating the piston if you've got the cap on there. I mean, you can push it down, but I'd be afraid of doing anything to that. But it feels really back heavy and huge when you post it like that. So I don't normally post my pen, but for those who do post, it posts actually to about there. So I guess pretty deeply, but again, that's up to you. I generally don't post my pens, but I always like to show that. All right, so what am I going to ink this pen with? My friend Roxy sent me a huge box of samples, which is going to take me maybe 3 or 4 videos, maybe 3 videos to go over all of them. So thank you so much, Roxy. But then I went through the bags and found Colorverse Brain, and it may not necessarily be an exact match, but I really want to use this ink. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. Now, if you are not familiar with a piston fill, for one, let's agitate this first. If you're not familiar with a piston fill, the filling mechanism is within the pen, so there's nothing to take apart. But if you do ever have to take this apart, if you have a wrench from a TWSBI or a Leonardo pen, or if you're lucky enough to get one from Narwhal, then you can use that wrench to help take apart the piston, to add more silicone grease in there, and so on and so forth. All right, so to fill a piston pen, you unwind the piston all the way out, which will bring the piston actually down in here. You can't see it very much. I think you can, but you can see the piston there. And then once you put the pen into the ink bottle or the ink sample and make sure that the nib is submerged all the way into the ink, then you twist the piston here, which sucks up the ink into the body of the pen. So let's go ahead and do that now. Make sure this is, I'm not going to put this all the way because I'll be using this for 15 inks, 30 days, so I don't need a ton of ink. Get that in there, and then there we go. And then you can see all of the ink in the ink window. Oh, how fun, how fun. All right, so now I'm here in my Hobonichi A5 notebook with 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. This pen profile stamp is from Everyday Explorers, and I've included a link in the description below. So let's go ahead and fill this out. The brand is Asvine. Ooh. And the model is the P20, and the nib, is that on there somewhere? I can't see if it's on there, but I do know that it is a fine. Ah, and I've got ink all over my fingers. Ew, that looks gross. What a rookie move. Okay, and the color I believe is green marble. And the ink is Colorverse Brain. Oh my gosh, I am loving this ink. Very cool. My first impressions of the Asvine V20 are that it feels well made. It's got smooth threads and actually a very smooth piston. The fine nib is very smooth and has good flow. I like that it has interchangeable nibs, but it's also a piston filler pen at this price, which is fantastic. All right, overall first impressions of the Asvine B20. I think it is great value for the money, and I know there are people out there who are kind of split on whether or not it's, I guess, what do they say, morally okay to be purchasing a what they call a knockoff. The thing with companies like Asvine or Majon or Jinhao or anything like that is that they've branded their pens as Majon or Asvine or Jinhao. They haven't created duplicates and said that it's a Mont Blanc or said that it's a Leonardo. And because the patents on these pens have already expired, it's one of those things where they're trying to create pens that are accessible at all price points, because for example, a Momento Zero like this, which was a limited edition, was, I believe, like 200 euros for what I purchased it for. And then a Momento Zero Grande is upwards of 300 US dollars. So not a price point that everybody can afford. Whereas the Asvine B20, it keeps coming up B20, but it's V20. The Asvine oh my gosh, P20, my brain. This is at a price point that many can access. And I think that's great that if people want to try out a piston filler and see if it's for them, this is a great way to do it. Plus, they also offer so many different colors and styles. And it's, if you're wanting to collect something like this is a great one to collect as well. All right, but that is it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are interested in purchasing your own Asvine, I've included links to both Amazon US and Canada in the description below as well. All right, thank you again so much for watching, and have yourselves a great day.